So this is the manual and overview of the Zeiss Ikon Contaflex 2. Originally released in 1954, and I saw it at Antique Store for $20. I know about the Zeiss name, know about how great the lenses are, and the camera just felt amazing, so I picked it up, and I don't regret it. It's a really good camera. Even if I don't use it, it's going to look cool. So what about the lenses? Couple different kinds of lenses. There's a Tessar lens, which is the more sought after one, and then this is the Pantar lens. Not as highly sought after. I think these cameras are worth a little less. Haven't tested the quality yet, so I'll make another video on that. So the lens, it goes from f2.8 all the way to f22. The shutter speeds, which is adjustable with that thing right there, you're gonna hold that down and change it. Goes from 300 to bulb, and then some settings past bulb, so up to a minute. The top of the lens, you're gonna see that is actually the focusing mechanism. It also comes off, so there is a telescopic attachment. Haven't found it. And one thing you may notice on these, if you're looking online, a lot of them are different. And I've seen the same thing too. Mine I really haven't found online or on eBay. They just must have put out a lot of different versions of them, and a lot of different types of lenses. So don't be worried. But I haven't shot with it yet, so I don't know how good it is. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the top of the camera. On the top of the camera, on the left side, you are going to see the meter mechanism. And the meter mechanism is kind of funny. It's uncoupled, which means that the meter doesn't affect the camera. You have to manually adjust those. So right here, that circle is just a way to change your metering settings. That line on the bottom is actually when you open the meter, it'll go up and down, and you want to get that circle to go over it. We're going to do a quick overview of metering at the very end. So if you stick around to the very end, you have questions about it, I'll do a metering example. And that knob you see on the very top, that's a film rewind. So on the top right, there was this thing right here. I didn't know what it was, and it is actually a film counter. So when you shoot, you just move it one forward. And what is that thing right there below it? That is actually the film advance. And one trick about this camera is you have to get the film totally advanced before the viewfinder opens. So a lot of times you're going to see that the viewfinder is black. After you shoot a picture, it's going to be black. It just means you have to advance the film all the way. And that is the shutter button right there I just hit. This is the bottom of the camera. Again, everything is built out of metal. Just amazingly made. I've never seen a camera this well made. And I've handled a lot of old cameras and never seen anything to this quality. On the back, you're going to see the viewfinder again. It's a split focus viewfinder, a split focus mechanism. Pretty standard. There's the logo. So how do you open this camera to put film in? The first thing you're going to do is flip it upside down, and it has these really just unique locks in here. So the locks are going to open up, pull up on, and then you're going to twist the right one to the right to open. You're going to twist the left one to the left. And then once you do this, you're going to be able just to slide the back off. So slide off just like this. And that's pretty weird. I've never seen that in any other camera. Then to load your film, you're going to get it right here and just put it in. Don't be afraid to shorten the film if it's too long. You're going to need it a little bit shorter because you want to get into the spool to catch. So the spools have a little bit of catches on the right. Once you get it in there, it's going to twist it a little bit. Once it feels good and tight, you're going to put the back on. So I'm twisting it, tightening right there. And then I'm going to put the back on. And there's no light seals, so that's a really neat thing too. Sometimes when you get cameras this old, you have to change the light seals. On this, there isn't light seals. It's just really engineered pretty well. I think it came out in 1954, and for anything back then that was made like this, I'm just shocked about the quality. And then you're going to twist to the right on the left one, twist to the left on the right one, and close it. So now you take your picture, you're going to advance the shutter and hit the shutter. And this advanced shutter and the shutter right here are really amazing. It almost feels like an automatic watch or something, just a totally different feel than all other cameras I've ever used. So on the bottom of the camera, you're going to see that little button right there is the film rewind release. So you're going to have to push that button down when you want to rewind your film. So I'm going to do that right here to show you how to rewind your film when you're done shooting. When you're done, you're going to hold that button down. You're then going to want to twist to clockwise, and then you're going to hear and feel it when it's done. After that's done, you're going to open up the locks again on the bottom and just remove the back and take out your film. So that's pretty much it for how to use this camera. The last part we're going to do is the metering, but I'll just give some final thoughts really quick on what I feel about the camera. So you could probably tell that I really like this camera, and I really just like the fact that it designed it and built it to last a long time. Even today, when I took a look at it, it is just looks amazing, and everything is just really different, really unique, and that's a lot different. When you look at cameras, you see a lot of the same. So this is a really nice change. So this is the metering guide, how to meter. If you look at the top of the camera, when you have the meter circle and the meter line lined up, you're going to then read these settings. So right here, you're going to see it says ASA of 50. The 16 is the f-stop, so f16, and then it's number 6. So the setting we're going to use is instead of then 6 on that outer ring, we're going to use 12. So that's speed 12, and this is what it aligns to. So first of all, we're going to set the f-stop to 16. Then we're going to hit this the shutter speed change. We're going to move that, and if you tick to the very, very right, you're going to see that these red lines line up with 12. And it's already lined up with 12, so we don't have to do anything. I'm just going to show you, if you need to change it, how to do it. And then when we look to the front of the camera again, right there is 22, but when you move it to 16, you're going to see that it's 1/15. So one thing I did not cover, and I should have, how do you turn on the meter? On the top right on the camera, you can see that that little window there is actually the selenium meter. So you're going to hit that little button on the top right, and it opens the meter for you.